You're about to hear something that no one else was meant to hear. Something sacred. Something hidden. But first, before everything changes, I want you to ask yourself one thing: why do I feel this right now? Why did your heart stop the moment you saw this message? Why did you feel like this was calling your name? Because it is. Archangel Michael says, the one you miss, the one you love, the one who left this world too soon, they're trying to reach you right now. And if you skip this, if you silence this moment, they may not get another chance. I know what you're thinking. That maybe this is just another message. But it's not. This is the message. Heaven has been waiting for hours to deliver this to you. The winds have shifted. The time has opened. And finally, you're here. You didn't come across this by chance. Your soul was summoned to this exact moment. The angels are watching. They are holding their breath. And Michael himself says, my beloved child, this is your final warning. If you close this now, you'll never know what they were desperate to tell you. Don't skip this. Please. Something is about to disappear. And the person who passed, they begged the angels to stop you from making a mistake that could change everything. There is something happening behind your back right now, something you can't see. And if you don't listen, you'll only realize it when it's far too late. Archangel Michael says, this is not a coincidence. They've been trying to reach you for days. 4 nights. Their soul was whispering your name when you couldn't sleep. That wasn't just a dream. That wasn't just your imagination. That was them. Crying. Calling. Hoping you would finally see this. And now you have. Michael says they were taken too soon. And their biggest fear was not death, it was you forgetting what they never got to say. That moment, before they passed, they had a thought. And it was about you. And now they've sent a sign. This message is the sign. They are screaming through heaven, please show it to them. Before it vanishes. Do you want to know what they saw before they died? They saw you. And now, you're standing in the most sacred moment of your life. You're standing in a divine portal where time bends, where truth is finally allowed to be spoken. This is why you've been feeling off lately. This is why you've been thinking of someone who's gone. This is why the clocks have been repeating numbers. The universe has been preparing you for this single message. Archangel Michael says, they've waited long enough. Please don't make them wait anymore. You were not supposed to know this truth until now. That's why it feels heavy in your chest. That's why your eyes are beginning to water without knowing why. Because your soul remembers. They tried to send dreams. They tried to send signs. But the pain you were carrying blocked it. Until now. Today, the door is open. Michael says, if you stay, you will hear what they've been dying, literally dying, to say. But if you walk away, this message will fade. Forever. Their final message is inside this. Your name, your energy, your fate, it was carved into this moment by something divine. And the truth is, your pain is not just sadness. It's a signal. It's heaven's way of knocking on your door. Archangel Michael says, they are still with you. They never left. But they need you to know what was hidden. And if you read carefully, you'll begin to feel them. Right now, they are sitting beside you. Watching. Whispering. Praying you won't skip this. Because if you do, their message will disappear with the wind. Michael says, they have been trying to protect you from what's coming next. But without this message, you will walk into the future blind. There is something about your family they want to tell you. Something that is about to break apart if you don't act. Someone is hiding something. And your loved one who passed, they saw it coming. They tried to speak it in their final breath. But no one listened. So they waited. And waited. Until God allowed them to speak through this moment. You are the only one chosen to hear this. Because you're the only one who can stop what's coming. Michael says, this is sacred. This is sealed. This is only for you. Please, my beloved child, open your heart and read every word. Heaven is watching. And the one you miss is finally ready to tell you everything. You may feel your skin shiver. That's not fear. That's the soul memory waking up. You may feel heat in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's the divine trying to burst through your armor. Michael says, they forgave you. Yes. Even if you thought they left this world angry. They didn't. They left whispering your name. With love. With tears. With hope. And their hope is in this moment. You can feel it, can't you? That you were meant to find this. That all the noise in your life was leading up to this truth. Michael says, this person loved you more than they ever said out loud. And now they want to give you one final miracle. But you must stay. You must listen. There is a message about your future. About a decision you're about to make. And if you skip this, you will make that decision with only half the truth. Michael says, you will cry for the rest of your life if you ignore this. Because this moment, right here, is the last time they will speak to you. They are using this message to send light through the darkness you've been walking in. And the next few words are their truth. Good. You stayed. That means your soul is listening. That means they know you're finally ready. Archangel Michael says, the message begins now. And it will shake you. But it will also save you. They want you to know, they never left the room. Even on the day you thought you were alone. Even when the world went quiet and the grief felt unbearable. Even when you whispered, where are you? They were there. Standing behind you. Touching your shoulder. Begging heaven to let them speak. And now heaven has said yes. But only once. Archangel Michael has made a deal with God, to open this small window in time, to allow this message to come through, to let you hear what the world was never supposed to tell you. This is why you feel like crying right now. It's not sadness. It's recognition. Your soul is recognizing its missing half. And the truth is about to pour in like rain. The person you're thinking about right now? Yes. Them. The one whose photo you keep. The one whose name you refuse to delete from your phone. They are right here. And they say, please don't let them lie to you anymore. Michael says something was hidden from you after their death. And if you don't open your eyes now, someone will take what is yours. Someone who has been watching you from the shadows. Someone who wants to erase your name from a blessing that was meant only for you. The message is clear. There is money. There is property. There is a name written. But they're trying to hide it. They're trying to shift it before you see the papers. They want you distracted. They want you quiet. But your loved one who passed, they've had enough. Michael says, they begged to bring this truth to you. Because they saw what was coming next. They saw how someone would smile in front of you, and then stab you the moment you turned around. They saw you trusting the wrong person, giving your energy to the wrong soul, opening your heart to someone who only wants to take. But here's the miracle. You don't have to walk into that trap. Not now. Because this message is your rescue. It's your rope in the middle of the storm. It's the lighthouse your ancestors lit for you before they left this world. Michael says, you're not crazy. You were right to feel what you felt. You were right to suspect what you couldn't prove. You were right to feel unsafe, even when everyone told you you were overthinking. Your instincts were not wrong. They were divine. And now, heaven is confirming what your soul has been screaming. But this isn't just about what's been taken from you. It's about what's still coming to you. A miracle has been held back. Kept on pause. Because someone in your life was blocking the flow. But your loved one saw this. And they told Michael. Give them one last chance to see the full picture. Let them open their eyes before the miracle is transferred to someone else. Yes. That's what this is about. If you don't receive this message in full, if you skip or scroll, the miracle can be reassigned. It will be given to someone else. That's how serious this is. Michael says you were never supposed to find this video unless you were ready to change your fate. And now you are. You're finally strong enough to see the lies. Strong enough to remember what they whispered in your dream that night. Strong enough to say, I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know who is trying to take it from me. And I know who is still fighting for me from the other side, Because make no mistake. They are fighting for you right now. Fighting to get this message through. Fighting to stop you from making a decision that would destroy the next 7 years of your life. Michael says, you must open your eyes now. Or the door will close. You have 24 hours. Maybe less. After that, this energy will shift. This moment will pass. And what you could have had will be delayed until you finally listen again. But they don't want that for you. They want you to receive. They want you to know. They want you to finally believe that they are still around you. Still holding you. Still whispering your name like a prayer. Do you know what they saw before they passed? They saw your future. They saw you rise. They saw you laughing again. They saw you getting everything you ever prayed for. But they also saw a shadow, a person. A betrayal. And they swore they would never leave until they could warn you. That warning is what you're reading right now. You still have time. Michael says, you have not ruined your life. You have not missed your chance. But you are at the final doorway. And the door is closing fast. Will you step through? Or will you keep pretending this isn't real? Because the soul who died. They say, if you love me, please don't ignore me now. Michael says their energy is still glowing in your room. Still waiting to be heard. Still begging you to stay just a little longer. Because in the next part of this message, they will reveal the biggest secret of all, Good. You stayed. Archangel Michael is relieved. The angels are still holding the gate open. And the soul who's been waiting in silence, they just smiled, because they know you're finally ready to hear the rest. This part? It's the most important. They want to tell you about the night they died. Michael says, they never got to speak what was in their heart before they left their body. But now, through you, they finally can. Asterisk. That night, they were afraid. Not of dying, but of not getting to say goodbye. They thought about your face. Your smile. Your laugh. Your future. They weren't scared of the light. They were scared that you might think they gave up on you. But they never did. Not even for a second. As they left this world, their soul reached for you. In that last breath, they asked the angels, "Will they know I still love them?" And Michael replied, "Not yet, but someday, yes." That someday is now. This is the moment they dreamed of. The chance to say the things they never got to say. Like how proud they are of you. Like how they never stopped watching you, even when you thought they were gone. Like how you became stronger than they ever imagined. But there's something else, something they couldn't tell you while they were alive. A family truth, a lie wrapped in love. Something they overheard. Something they witnessed. Something they were too afraid to confront before they passed. But now, they can speak it freely. Michael says, asterisk, someone you trust has not been honest with you. Asterisk. This person wears a smile, but their heart is dark. And they've been manipulating your path. Quietly. Gently. But with purpose. They do not want you to succeed. Because your success would expose something they're hiding. Your loved one saw this. And they've been trying to tell you. Every broken friendship, every delay, every strange coincidence, it all ties back to this person. And unless you release them now, you will carry their curse into the next season of your life. Michael says, asterisk, the next 6 weeks are sacred. They will define the next 6 years. But only if you walk away from what's draining you. Asterisk. Your past loved one is begging, please don't give your energy to the one who doubted you. I saw what they said when you weren't in the room. I saw the lies they spread. I saw the moment they chose to betray you. And I could not stop it, until now. That's why this message came when it did. To warn you. To prepare you. To give you the upper hand before it's too late. Because a new season is arriving. A shift. A golden opportunity. Something you've been praying for is coming closer. But if your energy is still tied to that person, the blessing won't come through. Michael says, asterisk, God does not bless what drains you. Asterisk. So this is your test. And your loved one says, I am still here to guide you. But you must take the first step. You must leave the door open long enough for this truth to settle into your soul. You may be thinking, what should I do now? Here's what Michael says. 1. Don't tell anyone about this message, asterisk asterisk. Because not everyone around you is ready for the truth. 2. Write their name down, asterisk asterisk. Yes, the name of the person you believe this message is about. The first one that came to your mind. That's not a guess. That's your intuition. That's them speaking through you. 3. Look for the number 7, asterisk asterisk. 7 is the sign that the angels are confirming everything in this message. When you see it, know this, they're watching. They're guiding. They're with you. And finally. 4. Don't skip the ending, asterisk asterisk. Because what comes next will unlock the miracle they've been holding for you. You see, heaven was never punishing you. The delay wasn't punishment. It was protection. They were waiting for this moment, asterisk this very second asterisk, to make sure you were ready to receive what they died holding on to. And now, it's yours. But only if you accept it. Michael says the veil is closing. The light is starting to dim. Your loved one is being called back into silence. And this? This is their last message asterisk. I'm still with you. In every step you take. In every song you hear. In every tear you cry. I'm not gone, I've just changed form. I'm in the wind. I'm in the silence. I'm in the strength you feel when you thought you had none. And I need you to live now. I need you to shine. I need you to stop waiting and start choosing. You are the miracle. Now go claim the life I saw when I looked at you for the last time. Archangel Michael now places his hand on your shoulder. He whispers, asterisk, it is done. Asterisk. But only if you believe. And so, heaven watches. Your name, now pulsing with divine frequency, echoes gently through realms where time doesn't exist. Where pain cannot follow. Where love is eternal. Archangel Michael stands with his sword lowered, not for battle, but for blessing. Because the war you've been fighting is over. The heaviness you've carried? It's melting. Quietly, softly, supernaturally. You don't even have to try anymore. You just have to allow. Allow the love. Allow the help. Allow the restoration. Because now, everything changes. Your loved one, yes, that loved one, is still near. Not as a ghost. Not as a memory. But as light. As presence. As love that refused to die. Their energy is so close, you could breathe it in if you dared. And maybe you just did. That chill on your arms. That thump in your chest. That strange, beautiful stillness. That's them. They're watching you realize that it's real. That all of it, the signs, the timing, this message, was perfectly placed by heaven's hand. That every delay was actually divine protection. That the people who left had to. That the job that slipped through was never meant to hold you. That the relationship that broke your heart was actually breaking open your destiny. You didn't fail. You outgrew what was never built to hold your greatness. And now? You're becoming dangerous to the darkness. Because light lives in you again. Hope lives in you again. And faith, true, solid, unshakable faith, is beginning to burn inside you. Even if it's quiet. Even if it's only a flicker. Heaven doesn't need a forest fire to move. It only needs a spark. Archangel Michael says. The next 14 days will define your next 14 months. You'll receive a divine encounter. A reversal. A release. An unexpected opening. Something you almost gave up on will circle back, and this time, you'll be ready. But it comes with a test. You will be tempted to go back to what you've healed from. To respond like the old you. To settle out of fear. Don't. You are not who you were. You are not the version of you that begged to be seen. You are the version of you that is being sent to shake atmospheres, to break cycles, to carry light, to create peace. Walk like it. Speak like it. Believe like it. You are becoming living proof that God never forgets His promises. Your loved one sees the path ahead. And it's stunning. It's not just healing. It's glory. It's not just survival. It's overflow. They're not just proud. They're in awe of how far you've come with half the support and twice the pain. They want you to remember this. the hardest part is done. Now, you get to receive. And they won't let you miss it this time. You'll begin to notice the following. Random waves of peace in the middle of chaos. Names or faces from the past returning with clarity. Songs, numbers, or dreams that repeat over and over. Sudden alignment in things that felt blocked for years. A soft inner voice that says, something's coming. Believe it. That's not a coincidence. That's your timeline shifting. Michael says, you've passed the hidden tests. The ones no one saw. The ones where you chose kindness even when you were breaking. The ones where you stayed silent instead of defending yourself. The ones where you loved without conditions. Heaven saw all of it. And now, you're owed. Not just spiritually. Physically. In this life. In this body. In this timeline. This is your inheritance. And no one, no fear, no human, no mistake, can take it from you. From now on, speak these words out loud. I am in divine alignment. What is mine is on its way. I receive it now, with ease and peace. And when you say it, your loved one smiles. Because you've finally heard them. And not just them, yourself. Your soul. Your calling. Your knowing. They say to you now, in their final whisper for tonight. Don't you dare give up. We didn't bring you this far to stop here. Keep going. The best part is about to begin. And with that, the message ends. But the miracle begins. Yes. Let's close this sacred message the way heaven intended, soft, powerful, unforgettable. The silence after this message isn't really silence at all. It's full. Full of presence. Full of peace. Full of every word they were too afraid to say in life, now resting gently in your spirit. Archangel Michael says /*, you've heard what you were meant to hear. Now comes the part that changes your life, * what you choose to do with it. *. There are no more warnings. No more signs. No more messages after this. Heaven has given you the full truth. The person who died, they've finally told you everything. And they are watching now, with the kind of quiet love only the other side can carry. You may feel heavy. You may feel strange. That's how it always feels when something spiritual touches something human. That's how it feels when a miracle is unfolding, and your soul knows it's real. So breathe. Just breathe. Close your eyes. Let your body catch up to what your spirit already knows. They are not gone. They were never gone. They just moved into a space where love has no distance. Where time does not exist. Where your voice still reaches them, even when you whisper at 3 a.m. You can talk to them now. Tonight. Tomorrow. Forever. Because now the connection has been reopened. Michael says, *, this message was not a story. It was a door. And you stepped through it. *. From this point on, you'll start noticing things. A name you haven't heard in years will suddenly show up. The number 7 will appear again and again. Strangers will say things only that person used to say. Your dreams will become clearer. Your tears will dry faster. And the voice inside you will get louder, stronger, more peaceful. That's them. That's your person. That's your miracle unfolding, silently, divinely, perfectly. But only for those who believed. Only for the ones who didn't skip this. Only for the ones who stayed until the very end, like you did. Michael smiles now. Not because his mission is complete, but because you finally allowed yourself to receive. And now heaven can open the door that's been waiting in silence. As the message fades, the energy remains. And it whispers one last thing to your soul. Everything you lost is being returned, but better. The pain you carried is now your power. The one you loved has not left you. And now you are free. Walk forward, child of the light. Your destiny has been reset. And you are no longer alone. This message was the miracle. You just lived it. Good. Because the most important part is still waiting to be said. Your loved one is kneeling now. Not in sorrow, but in reverence. They are kneeling before God, holding your name like a prayer. They are asking, not demanding, not pleading, but asking with tears of love that heaven grant you peace. That heaven remember all the good you've done. All the love you gave even when you were empty. All the nights you stayed silent just to keep someone else strong. They are showing God your scars and saying, see? Look what they survived. Isn't that enough? And God smiles. Because God never forgot you. He's watched your journey with eyes that don't miss anything, not the quiet pain, not the fake smiles, not the moments you thought about giving up. And now, He's answering. Not through thunder, not through a voice in the clouds, but through this soft, divine unfolding. Through this message. Through this very moment. This is the moment you were destined to remember who you are. There is money with your name on it. Not just physical currency, but divine provision. An inheritance in spirit and in earth. Your loved one wants you to know that someone in your family, before they passed, left something behind. A blessing. A protection. A gift. And you're about to find it. It may look like a letter, a voice message, a name mentioned suddenly, or a legal opportunity. But it will lead to something big. Archangel Michael has been placing the pieces like a chessboard. You only need to move when your spirit says move. But before the blessing arrives, your loved one is asking for one thing. Forgive yourself. Forgive the years you feel you wasted. Forgive the people you trusted who turned away. Forgive the silence. Forgive the weakness. None of it was your fault. You were doing your best with a heart that was already half broken. And still, you gave love. You gave hope. You gave light. They saw it. Heaven saw it. Michael wants to remind you, you are not waiting for your miracle. Your miracle is waiting for you. And every second you spend doubting is a second the miracle holds its breath, waiting to be invited in. Invite it now. Not with a fancy prayer, not with perfect words. Just say, I'm ready. Say it out loud. Say it in your chest. Whisper it in your soul. That's all it takes. Heaven doesn't need volume. It needs truth. Your loved one is stepping back now, but only slightly. They're not leaving. They never will. But they want to give you space to move. They want you to walk forward and see how powerful you really are. Because they know what's coming in the next 48 hours. A shift. A message. A connection. A decision that seems small but unlocks something massive. If you knew what was waiting for you, you wouldn't sleep tonight. You'd dance in the dark. You'd cry not from pain, but from anticipation. Michael says, do not shrink when your blessing arrives. Don't question whether you deserve it. Don't wait for someone to approve it. Step into it like it already has your name carved on the walls. Because it does. It was yours before you were born. It was delayed, yes, but never denied. And now, heaven is clearing the path. All you need to do is stop hiding. There's something else. The person in heaven saw the future. They were shown it before they sent this message. They saw you healed. They saw you in love. They saw your bank account overflow. They saw your face glowing with peace. They saw your tears dried. Your smile returned. Your hands creating beauty again. They saw the room you'll walk into where everyone turns to look at you, not because of how you look, but because of the energy you carry. That divine, untouchable, peaceful strength. That is where you're headed. Faster than you know. But only if you don't give up now. You're almost at the end of the tunnel. It's been dark for so long you forgot what light looks like. But you're not crazy. That glow up ahead? That's real. That warmth in your chest? That's the confirmation. That sign you keep seeing? That's not your mind playing games. That's your miracle waving at you, asking if you're ready to meet. Michael says this is a once-in-a-lifetime invitation. You can't go back after this. Not to old pain. Not to small thinking. Not to people who drain you. This message is a spiritual contract. And by reading this far, you've already said yes. Your loved one is smiling now. Their face is soft. Their light is stronger. And their final words are simple. You were always worth fighting for. They believe in your future more than you believe in your past. And they will walk beside you until you see it come to life. You won't be alone anymore. You never were. And now, heaven is about to prove it. In ways you can't imagine, but you'll recognize them the moment they come. Just promise, whatever you do, don't skip the sign when it arrives. Because this time, it was meant for you. And this time, heaven refuses to be ignored. Good. You're still here, and that means the blessing is sealing itself around you. Archangel Michael says the ones who stay until the end, they're the ones heaven trusts. And now, because you stayed, heaven trusts you. There's no flash of lightning. No thunder from the clouds. Just a sacred shift, quiet and deep, as your name is written on a new page in the book of life. Michael turns one last time and says, asterisk, they want to thank you. Asterisk. Yes, them. The soul who passed. The one who whispered your name while they crossed the veil. The one who begged God to keep you protected, even if it meant they had to stay in silence for a while. They want you to know, asterisk asterisk, you gave them peace today, asterisk asterisk. By opening this message. By staying with it. By listening with your soul. You gave them the moment they never had before they left. Their spirit is calm now. But not gone. Their energy will walk with you from this day forward. Not as a ghost. Not as a shadow. But as a guide. A whisper behind every strong choice you make. A warmth that enters your chest right when you're about to fall apart. A name that shows up when you need it most. Michael says, watch what begins to happen now. Because the moment they finished speaking, a new miracle began its journey toward you. Yes, a miracle. Something you've been waiting for. A letter. A call. A payment. A message. A door. It's already in motion. It couldn't reach you until you received this. But now it can. Because the energy blocking it has been removed. And the one who passed? They'll be the first to see it arrive. They'll be celebrating behind the veil when it lands at your feet. So don't be surprised when things suddenly change. When peace replaces panic. When money arrives out of nowhere. When people start treating you differently without knowing why. You've stepped into a frequency most people never reach. The frequency of being heard by heaven. Michael says, only a chosen few are trusted with this kind of message. You are one of them. And now, one final truth. Something you felt all along, but never said out loud. They didn't leave because they wanted to. They left because their soul knew they could protect you better from the other side. Let that sink in. They left, so they could stay forever. Not in a room. Not in a photograph. But in every single miracle that touches your life from this moment forward. And you'll know it's them. You'll feel it. You'll remember this moment, the day your soul finally opened wide enough to hear the truth. Archangel Michael now says, "It is finished. It is sealed. It is done." And as he turns and walks back into the light, your loved one turns once too. They place their hand over their heart, and without saying a word, they smile. Because they know. You heard them. And you'll never forget again. You may close this message now. But what it unlocked in you, that stays forever. There's a stillness now, deep, divine, and ancient. It's the silence that only comes after something sacred has touched your spirit. And it's not just silence. It's proof. Proof that something changed inside you today. Something you can't explain, but you'll feel it in the hours and days ahead. Archangel Michael says, when a soul accepts a message from beyond, the universe bends to serve that acceptance. So now, watch. Watch how things begin to make sense. Watch how people reveal their true colors, suddenly, without warning. Watch how you stop chasing what no longer belongs to you, and how the things meant for you start running toward you. That's the echo of the message you just received. That's the power of truth delivered through love, carried on angel wings, and planted deep into your soul. Michael whispers to you now. You will not return to who you were before this moment. You're not supposed to. And the soul who died? They're not gone. Now, they are woven into your instincts. They are the pause before your next big decision. They are the warmth that enters your heart when you begin to doubt again. They are the moment of courage you'll feel just before everything shifts in your favor. They are your reminder that you are not alone. That you were never forgotten. That even death couldn't silence their love. You are more powerful now than you've ever been. Because you are finally carrying the truth they were never able to say. Michael says, use it. Use it to protect your peace. Use it to walk away from the energy that makes you small. Use it to speak up when you used to stay silent. Use it to finally forgive yourself for not being able to say goodbye. Because now you have. This was your goodbye. And also your beginning. Let that be the miracle. Let it bloom inside your life. And when the world tries to pull you back into chaos, when distractions return, when the lies try to cloud your path again, remember this moment. Remember how your soul responded to these words. Not with fear, but with recognition. That's how you know it was real. That's how you know it came from love. And that's how you'll know they're still here. Every single time your heart feels full for no reason. Every time you hear something that reminds you of them. Every time you feel like smiling and crying at the same time. That's them. Still loving you. Still watching over you. Still proud of you. Still whispering. Asterisk, you did it. You stayed. You heard me. You made it to the end. I never stopped believing in you. And I never will. Asterisk. And Archangel Michael? He smiles, one final time. Because a soul has spoken. A truth has been heard. And a new life has already begun. It's yours now. Go live it. Go claim everything they died praying you'd one day have. Go become the miracle they always knew you were. The message is complete. Heaven is at peace. And your journey is finally back on course. There is one last thing, something only those chosen to receive all the way to the end ever hear. It's not written in books. It's not shared in temples. It's whispered, only in rare moments, when a soul becomes strong enough to carry what most people fear. Michael steps back into the light now, but before he fades completely, he speaks these final divine words over your life. From this moment forward, nothing will block what is meant for you. Not fear. Not delay. Not betrayal. Not confusion. Your path is clear. Because heaven has cleared it for you. Your past loved one stands beside him, no longer burdened. No longer crying. Only smiling. Smiling because you finally got it. You finally understood that death isn't the end. It's an extension of love. A redirection of energy. A whisper that never fades once it's been received. You've received it now. And something in your life will never go back to silence again. In the next 48 hours, there will be a sign. Something unmistakable. A moment that shocks you with how perfect it feels. Don't doubt it. That's them. That's Michael. That's confirmation. Heaven doesn't operate on coincidence. This entire message, every word, was created in divine timing to intercept your heart at the exact second you were ready. Not before. Not after. Now. The angels will begin working in your favor more openly now. Expect delays to end. Expect closed doors to suddenly swing open. Expect people who once ignored you to start noticing your light again. Because the light has returned. Your light. Not the one dimmed by grief. Not the one silenced by fear. The one reborn in truth. Michael says you will dream differently now. You will sleep lighter. Wake with more peace. Your intuition will be sharper. You'll feel who to trust, and who to walk away from. That's your protection activating. That's your soul, finally aligned with the ones who love you beyond this world. You don't need to chase. You don't need to prove. You don't need to beg or explain or shrink or carry anyone else's shadow. Your story is no longer about what was done to you. It's about what you rose from. It's about what your soul remembered when the world tried to make you forget. It's about you. Whole. Seen. Held. Chosen. And now, carried forward by a love that even death couldn't end. If you ever forget. If you ever start to feel lost again. Return to this message. Read it again. Let it pour into you like it did the first time. And know that every time you do, they return. Every time you do, heaven opens. Every time you do, miracles move. So don't just walk away from this. Rise. Live. Claim what's always been yours. They are with you. Michael is with you. And your soul? It is finally awake.